It says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. And the Bible records, and I think even history does, that Solomon is the wisest man that ever lived. He did not ask for houses, he did not ask for cars, he did not ask for more wives, he didn't even ask for his enemies. He asked for wisdom. And what did God do? He didn't only bless him with wisdom, but apart from wisdom, he blessed him with every other thing. This series is a must-see for everyone, and I think that you should share this with your loved ones. Next week, we're going to be talking about the fear of loneliness. What we want to try and do is deal with some of the things that would hold us back in 2020. We're already excited about 2020. We're already getting ready for 2020. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lade. Welcome to the month of September. This is not my first video in September, but this is my first Faith Friday video in September. On today's episode of Faith Friday, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about fear. And this is something that the Lord has laid on my heart to talk about for the whole month of September. So there are about 4 Fridays in September, and we're going to be talking about fear. And I hope that this helps somebody out there. So let's get right into today's video. So as you can tell from the title already, today's video is titled The Fear of God. And that's the only fear that's positive. Because like you know, when you hear the word fear, you're thinking about negative things. You're thinking about things that would scare you, things that, you know, are not necessarily pleasant. But this is the only fear that is relatively positive. To begin, I think it's important that we define fear. So let me read from the dictionary. How do we define fear? Fear is defined as a distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, pain, and so on, whether the threat is real or imagined. For instance, the fear of heights. A lot of people are afraid of heights. Like you can't go up a high elevation, maybe a building or a mountain. The fear of heights is called acrophobia, I think. And then there's the fear of water, that's aquaphobia. There's different types of fears, but today I'm talking about the fear of God. Even in the dictionary, it says that one of the definitions, I think number 4 in the dictionary, it says reverential awe, especially towards God. Reverential awe, especially towards God. So for instance, the fear of God, it is positive. It is a time when you can use fear in a good light. So what is the fear of God, and why is it important that we should have the fear of God? Does it mean that when we hear the word God, or when we hear about him, we are terrified? Does it mean that it brings distressing emotions? Or not at all. Let's go to the Bible. Proverbs 9:10. It says that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Let me read directly from the Bible. It says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. When I read this verse as I was preparing for today's Faith Friday, I was reminded of the story of Solomon. And basically, the fear of God, when he was talking about the fear of God in Proverbs 9:10, it wasn't necessarily meaning to be scared of God. Not at all. It means to be in awe of his goodness, to be amazed by his mighty works and how great he is. Like when you think about all the things that God has done, like just take a walk and look at the horizon, like look at your skyline, you just have chills. So that's the kind of fear. Why was I reminded of Solomon? So the reason why Solomon came to mind was because in 1 Kings chapter 3, from verse 4 even down to verse 14, you can read about the story of Solomon. He made 1,000 burnt offering. He gave an offering to God, the type of offering that made God come and ask him, what do you want? And he did not ask for houses, he did not ask for cars, he did not ask for more wives, he didn't even ask for his enemies. He asked for wisdom. And the Bible records, and I think even history does, that Solomon is the wisest man that ever lived. And what did God do? He didn't only bless him with wisdom, but apart from wisdom, he blessed him with every other thing. Let me start reading from verse 9. I'm going to be pretty quick because I just want you guys to get the context. So 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 9. This is the story of Solomon. After God had asked him, what do you want? He said, therefore give to your servant an understanding heart to judge your people, that I may discern between good and evil. For who is able to judge this great people of yours? The speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. Then God said to him, because you have asked this thing, and have not asked for long life, nor have asked for riches for yourself, nor has asked for life, the life of your enemies, but have asked for yourself understanding. I have given you a wise and understanding heart, so that there has not been anyone like you before you, nor shall any like you arise after you. Like, what a blessing. And I have also given you what you have not asked for, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be anyone like you among the kings all your days. Wow. The key verse for today's video is Proverbs 9:10. It said that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. So that is even the starting point for you to get real wisdom, for you to get the wisdom of God. The starting point is to fear God, to have a relationship with him, to acknowledge his works, and to acknowledge how awesome and how mighty he is. So for you to even start on your journey to seek wisdom, you have to acknowledge God. You have to have that fear of God. And having the fear of God is acknowledging that he is God, acknowledging that he exists, acknowledging that he created the heavens and the earth, acknowledging that he sent his son Jesus Christ. Basically just having a relationship with God, knowing that he created the heavens and he created the earth, knowing that he was in the beginning before the beginning begun, just really acknowledging him. So that is the starting point to getting wisdom. In the month of September, we're going to discuss a few social fears, some fears that really affect us, and it is because of the kind of world that we live in now. This series is a must-see for everyone, and I think that you should share this with your loved ones. Next week, we're going to be talking about the fear of loneliness. You'll be surprised how much people have this fear, and this fear is like, we live in a global world, we live in a global village, as they say, and everybody is connected. Like, I can talk to my family in China, like I can talk to my family in America in a split second. But at the same time, a lot of people are committing suicide. There's more depression, there's just so many more problems now than before. So what's the reason? We'll talk about some of the key problems that lead to all these type of things. So one of them is the fear of loneliness. What we want to try and do is deal with some of the things that would hold us back in 2020. We're already excited about 2020. We're already getting ready for 2020. So that's all I have on today's video. Something exciting that's happening in this month of September. If you guys didn't know, I moved back to Nigeria because God sent my husband to start a work like ministry church, and Light Life Church is turning 1 this September, and to commemorate our first anniversary, we're not having any party, we're not having any genge things. We're going to be doing a back to school drive. If you follow me on social media, you must have seen the back to school drive on my Instagram or my Facebook. So yeah, we are doing a back to school drive, and we hope to help 1,000 students in our local community go back to school with new books, like a stationery set, books and pens, and with new school uniforms. You'd see the flyer on the screen right now as I'm talking. So if you are led to support us with the back to school drive, please contact the phone numbers on your screen and the email address, and we'll be excited to have you as part of the people that sponsor a child for this particular book drive to mark our first year anniversary. So thank you so much guys for watching. This has been amazing to film. I can't wait to see you next week when we talk about the fear of loneliness. Until next time, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. Don't forget to be the best version of you. Bye.